Socio-Economic Status, known as SES, is the measure of influences that the social environment has on individuals, families, communities, and schools. SES and social class both interrelate as they have financial stability as a foundation for classification. They are both also significant to a person's development and satisfaction with their life. Social class is measured during a person's life and through a person's generation. SES is established to identify changing inequalities, and social class uses economic variances as an initial influence. SES considers other influences too, such as the chance for social economic advancement, influence on policy, availability of resources, and prestige of primary occupation.
The learning resource we'll be introducing today is called Moving On Up and will require the teacher to write information on the board establishing 3 different SES and their levels of income, education, occupation, along with the point breakups of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 for low, mid and high. The teacher will then need to randomly divide the class into 3 groups by allocating each student a number from 1 to 3. The following video will show a brief overview of the learning resource in action.
Alright, I'd like to ask one person from each 3 groups to come up and grab an SES card.
High class, yeah.
Medium class.
And I got low class. At this point, the teacher hands out the 3 SES class decks to their respective groups.
Can the low SES group draw your first card and read it out to the class?
Awesome. Passed year 12 and graduated from school. Can lead to a university degree and full-time job. I got plus 500, sir.
Oh, well done. Good start. Alright, can the medium SES group draw your first card and read it out to the class?
Has access to computers, can help with schoolwork, plus 300.
Alright, plus 300 points. Good start. Can the high SES group draw your first card and read it out to the class?
Have a tutor, help with schoolwork to get better grades, plus 300 points.
Well done, plus 300. Alright, can the low SES draw your second card and read it out to the class?
No access to computer, so could not do my assignment. May result in a fail grade, minus 300 points.
Oh, minus 300 points. Tough break. Alright, now medium SES, draw your second card and read it out to the class.
May need to get a casual job while at school to help with money. Can lose focus on school and get bad grades, minus 300.
Oh, minus 300 as well. Alright, now high SES, draw your second card and read it out to the class.
Gets pocket money every week, can pay for things you need, plus 300 points.
Oh, plus 300, 2 good scores in a row. Alright class, what do we think of this activity?
It wasn't fair,
Why wasn't it fair?
because there are more negatives than positives.
Oh, what do you think the causes of that were?
Well, each class had a different job and education point system, and there were more negatives in the low SES and more high ones in the high.
Alright, well what have you learned from this activity?
That education is important.
And also, some things might not affect me, but it could be affecting others in the other classes.
Very good.
This resource is to be used in the KLA of English when addressing class and power relationships throughout text. It provides opportunities for students to engage in discussion about power relationships and restrictions placed on the different SES classes. It is also applicable and can be used in other KLAs when addressing class structures, power relationships, job progression, and income. Examples of this could be used in business studies when establishing the effects of work positions and their relationships with the employees, and in history when exploring power relationships between those in power and those not.
The division of the class into groups and the facilitation of conversation through direct questions is an approach that can get the students to think critically about the experience of the learning resource. The sociological theoretical approaches that we have used explain the conceptualization of SES and social class and their relationship. Marxist approaches on SES emphasize the ownership and non-ownership of the means of production in defining employers and workers. Marxist and neo-Marxist measures of social class are always categorical, distinguishing at least 3 class groups: large employers, self-employed and workers, which portrays the high, middle and low classes of SES. Pierre Bourdieu's work on cultural capital argues that social reproduction is maintained by the education system, favouring students from high-status backgrounds through indirect procedures whereby such students are skilled in the dominant culture and their success is enhanced, since students are judged and assessed by criteria set by the dominant culture.